you guys are watching this video the day it comes out, I think as of like right this moment in time, I'm planning on uploading this on my birthday. So if you're watching this on September 9th, it's my 30th birthday. And I was planning on waiting to film this haul until after my birthday, because I was like, the only thing I'm really asking for my birthday is books, because they're the LML. But I was like, these books have been sitting here for months. This is like probably three-ish months worth of books that I've purchased just sitting here. So we're just gonna get into it. I have one non-book thing, but it's a book-ish. I did buy this new bookmark that's The Exorcist themed. It's Reagan. I did read The Exorcist probably about a month ago, and I'm obsessed with it. So I found that at Barnes & Noble, and I had to have it, obviously. And we're going in absolutely no order. We're just rocking and rolling. This is probably one of the most recent things that I got. This is one of my Afterlight subscriptions. I have 2 of them in here. Maybe we'll go over both of the, we'll go over subscriptions first. How about that? We'll be like a little bit organized. There are some Book of the Month books that were not like because I got them via subscription, so you'll get it when we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so probably just under 3 months, because I think I got my Book of the Month subscription, then I filmed my video, and then so here we are, probably like 2.5 months. But for what month is it currently? August. So July, yeah, July Book of the Month, I picked, yes, it's right here, July Book of the Month, I did pick How Freaking Romantic by Emily Harding. I did get to meet Emily Harding at a book event that was held here in Austin, and she was super, super nice. So when I saw this, and like, this is just very me, because like, I have to literally wear a necklace that says fuck, like, it's my favorite word. So I didn't even read what this is about, but we have Beatrice Nilsson is a lot of things. Feisty to those who love her, combative to those who don't, but most of all, she's the kind of person who will always fight for those she cares about. So Beatrice is me, and I am she. So when the marriage of her 2 closest friends fall apart, Bea storms the office of attorney Nathan Asher to tell him exactly what he can do with his divorce demands. Unfortunately, what should end with a few choice words soon spirals into uncharted territory when Nathan shows up at her NYU law office a few days later as a newly minted adjunct professor and her new colleague. Bea hates Nathan, of course, but between weekly magazines and networking events, walks around Washington Square Park and late night pizza, that hate begins to feel like something else. And as uncomfortable as, oh my god, is she gonna fall in love with her friend's ex-husband? Maybe she is not me. I am not she, but we will see. And then I did have a credit, which my Book of the Month link is down below. If you are ever interested and you want to like be so sweet, you can use my code, and then I will get a book credit and you will get a discount on your book. But I did grab The Compound. This is the one, this is the bookmark. This is the spot taken that everybody's been comparing to Lord of the Flies meets Love Island. We will see how it is. I've seen a lot of people say it's really boring, but I'll be the judge of that. And then for August, I did get Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. I have all of her books, and they're all for Book of the Month. My favorite, I think they're all listed in here most likely. Hello, where are your other books, girly? Oh, yes. Only If You're Lucky, All the Dangerous Things, and A Flicker in the Dark. My favorite is All the Dangerous Things, then A Flicker in the Dark, then Only If You're Lucky. So I'm hoping that I really like this one. Again, I don't know what it's about. I just knew I was going to grab it. We've got 22-year-old Claire Campbell's older sister Natalie disappeared shortly after her 18th birthday. Days later, her blood was found in a car. A man was arrested and the case was closed. In the decades since, Claire has attempted to forget her traumatic past by moving to the city and climbing the ranks as an investigative journalist, until an unexpected call from her father forces her to come back home and face it all anew. The entire summer now looming ahead, the summer spent with nothing to do in her childhood home with her estranged mother, Claire decides to, on a whim, to accept a job at Galloway Farm. It's a vineyard in California, At first it's idyllic. However, as soon as Claire starts to settle in, she stumbles across an old diary written by one of the vineyard's owners. And what at first seems like a story of young rebellion and love turns into something much more sinister. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm sure it'll be good. I like Stacey Willingham's writing quite a bit. And then I have my two more recent Afterlight. This was the I think this is technically the June book, and this, or the July book, and this is the June book because they ship at the end of the month. But this is one of them. We got Love is a War Song. I will admit, I don't think that the cover is particularly good. I like the original cover better. But we do have these stunning, is this focused? I feel like my eyes are kind of blurry today. There we go. We got the stunning floral edges, and then we have really pretty end papers. This is also signed. We've got, that's just so stunning. And then we've got, this is a cowboy-ish romance, I'm assuming, because this is the naked hardcover, which I'm obsessed with it. It says Red Fox Ranch, Broken Arrows, Oklahoma. And then the back, it has more of that like hot pink foiling, and it says, love is not a perfect melody that only happens when all the right notes and rhymes and rhythms present themselves. Love is a war song, a battle cry, and something to fight for. So I think this is stunning, and that the naked part is stunning. Like I said, I don't love the dust jacket. And then it is, of course, signed. Again, I don't know what this is about. We have our pop star Avery has become a national joke after a misjudged photo shoot completely backfires. The shoot has turned her into a social pariah, and the internet has dubbed her a fake. With threats coming from every direction and her career in flames, she escapes to her estranged grandmother Lottie's ranch in Oklahoma. Red Fox Ranch has become home to Lucas Iron Eyes since he was 16 years old. He has lived by the 3 rules to keep himself out of trouble: preserve the culture, respect the horses, and stick to himself. When he is tasked with picking up Lottie's granddaughter at the bus station, the last person he is expected to see is the Avery Fox. He can't stand what she represents, but when he's forced to work with her on the ranch, he suddenly can't seem to get her out of his head. I'm sure I'll love it. And then this is, I think, the most beautiful, like, afterlight. It's like my favorite one thus far. And this is Love and Focus by Lila Lee. This is a sapphic romance, and the cover is just recolored, which is completely fine with me. I do like the purple. It's got silver foiling on it. And then this is the back. It says one romance novel moment at a time. We got the sprayed edges. It's like this super pretty ombre floral situation. This is signed. I always check to make sure that it's not like printed signature. Make sure you can see that it bled through, and it did in fact bleed through. Oh my god, the naked hardcover of this is so good. Wait till you guys see it. But these are the pages in the front. And then we've got the pages in the back, and then this is the naked hardcover. Basically, this book is about Gemma and Celeste, and Gemma is a bisexual woman with zero luck with both men and women, and she's ready to give up on romantic prospects. That's until she's paired up with world-renowned photographer Celeste. And so this looks kind of like a magazine. It's so cute. I literally am so excited about this one. I think I'm currently up to date on, besides these two, I've read all of my Afterlight books, and I've only disliked fan service. So that subscription is going great for me. And now we're going to go in no order. Some of these books, it is like a little bit, I've also been putting this off because this is a little bit triggering. At the end of June, beginning of July, one of my best friends passed away, and she would send me books weekly. That girl was a book shopper and a book unhauler. She was trying to unhaul a bunch of books. So a lot of books in here are like the last books she sent me, and so it is giving me a little bit of anxiety. But so if I kind of speed past a couple of them, that's why. I don't have it in me to focus on it. So I did pick up some series. I have Delilah Green Doesn't Care, but I picked up both Iris Kelly Doesn't Date and Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. And these are both by Ashley Herring Blake. The only book I've read so far by Ashley Herring Blake is the Christmas one, Making Seasons Bright, I think is what it was called. And I did give that 3 stars, but here we are. I apparently don't have enough self-control to not just buy the whole series anymore. I used to have that kind of self-control, but I just like don't. And then additionally, I picked up Dream On Ramona Riley by Ashley Herring Blake. It was on the buy one get one 50% off, and first off, the original cover of this book is already stunning, but the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, forget about it. Literally forget about it. It's so pretty. I can get this sticker off. Are you guys team leave the stickers on or peel them off? There are some people on BookTube that they're like, I know that this sticker bothers you guys, but like I just leave it on, I don't care. Could not be me. But we got Dream On Ramona Riley. These are all sapphic romances. So there's that. Then I also picked up It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. This is actually signed, which is why I picked it up. Bada bing, bada boom. Annabelle Monaghan signed this one, and I've not actually seen the best reviews for this book, if I'm being honest with you, but here we are. I evidently have no self-control. This is just like a fun summer romance from what I know about it. And the female main character, you can like obviously see her on the cover. She's got like curly hair, and this just the way she looks just reminds me of Miss Jessica. Then I've got some series related stuff. Let me organize. Let me get a little bit organized. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're everywhere. This is not. This goes here. This one technically, oh my goodness gracious, this goes here. Okay. I'm only putting it with the series if I purchased the whole, like, if I have multiple from that series, you know what I mean? Because I for sure have some books that are, like, part of a series that, like, I didn't purchase the whole series or much of the series together. We're just justing, you know? I'm a mess, I'm a mess, I'm a mess. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good currently. Okay, so I did pick up this entire Grace Riley series. I don't know what order this goes in. I will look it up before I put them on my bookshelves, but it's a sports romance series, and if you know anything about me, oops, I literally just scratched off part of the cover. I love a sports romance, which is so funny because like I hate a sport. You will not catch me watching a single sport. You will not catch me talking about sports. I actually in fact hate sports. The only sport I like is like boxing and like MMA, UFC type stuff. So if you know of a like that kind of romance, let me know. But we've got Stealing Home. Oh my god, it's actually so cute. On the back it has like the picture of each character. This one is about Sebastian and Mia. I should be focusing on my game, not at falling for my gorgeous grumpy roommate, especially since she's already left me once. We've got Sebastian. It's my final season to prove myself before the MLB draft, and the last thing I need is a distraction, especially not one as tantalizing as Mia D'Angelo. She's drop dead gorgeous astrophysicist in training who ditched me the moment I wanted to take us from casual to committed. Ouch. But when she needs somewhere to stay for the summer, well, I offer my place. Being roommates shouldn't be so hard, not distracting at all, not the least bit challenging. Mia. I have 2 goals for the summer. Get into the study abroad program and get over the golden baseball god, Sebastian Miller Callahan. Doesn't mean it's easy to stop thinking about him, but he deserves better than the prickly, career-focused girl like me. Our futures couldn't be more different. The last thing I need is to play roommates with the only man who can set my body ablaze. So this will probably be great, in my opinion. This one says it's a special edition. I think this is the first one. Maybe not. Maybe not. This one's hockey. It's called Breakaway. It's blurbed by Stephanie. Are they all blurbed by Stephanie Archer? Are they all? No. 2 of them say special edition. 2 of them don't. I don't really know. This is what happens when you're at the half price books, because these books are all like $10, $12 on Amazon. Full price at Barnes. So I've been getting them for like steals and deals. But This is Breakaway. And this is about Cooper and Penny, a secret friends with benefits arrangement with the hockey coach's daughter shouldn't have a shot in the dark of leading to more. Cooper, as a pro-bound college athlete with a good time reputation, I usually have my pick of the puck bunnies, but lately I've been in a dry spell and that feels more like a curse. The stress is affecting my game. The only thing that can't happen if I'm going to make the team captain and eventually the NHL. Enter Penny Ryder. She's my coach's daughter, but the moment she pulls me into that ice rink closet, she's the only thing on my mind besides hockey. She has a sex bucket list, and each item on it confirms we're kindred spirits in the bedroom. If I say yes, I'll be relaxed on the ice again, but if her dad finds out, I'll be forced to say goodbye to Captain and finally earning my own father's approval. Penny, thanks to the ex from hell, I'm a long way from ready from a relationship, but it's time to reclaim my agency. One long, sought-after experience in bed at a time. Enter Cooper Callahan. He's my dad's star defenseman, so he must be brothers with the other guy, or like half-brothers. So, that should be good. First down, this one is giving football. Football. Yeah, James and Bex. Tutoring the star quarterback in exchange for a few fake dates won't lead to anything more, right? James, football is everything. I live, eat, breathe the sport. But when I transferred to McKee University to escape the distractions that nearly cost my future in the NFL, I'm faced with another consequence. Retake and pass the writing class I failed, blah, blah, blah. Beckett, aka Bex, is going to be his tutor. Ooh la la, should be good. We love, laugh, love. And then Wicked Serve. He's got some sort of stick, and she's got some sort of volleyball. So maybe they're both athletes in this book. That's interesting. It's about Nikolai and Izzy. He's my brother's biggest hockey rival, but he's bringing the heat for me. Nikolai, hockey is my life. I need to make this last season count, but when I'm forced to transfer to rival school McKee University for my senior year, I risk pissing off the captain, who happens to be Isabel's older brother. Blah, 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 blah. Izzy. Da, 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 da. As the youngest and only daughter of a family of athletes. Yeah, she is. She does volleyball. So, there's that. We've got some individual things. This was gifted to me by Christy, a copy of Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. We all have been hearing all about this. I don't particularly think I'm gonna like it, but I do want to try it. So we've got it, and it was gifted to me by my sweet angel. Then I did pick up Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen, which I have already read this book, and I gave it 3 stars. So there's that. This is basically our Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, Toxic Lesbian Vampires. This book is about our main character, Evelyn, and basically she has this guy, Arden, who kills her in every one of her lifetimes, and now in this current lifetime, she has things she needs to do, so she doesn't want him to kill her before she can help save her sister. This was gifted to me by Amanda in a Facebook group, and it is Quicksilver. I have read Quicksilver. I gave it 3 stars. This is, I think, my favorite romantasy book I have read, which is kind of shocking. It's between this and Fourth Wing. I don't necessarily think I'll continue. Maybe I'll continue via audio. One of them, both of them, who knows, but this is like a thick book, and I read it and I gave it 3 stars, so I wanted it on my TBR. So this is also a finished book, and yeah. Then also gifted to me by my sweet angel is Nightbane. I actually don't have the first book in this series, but she's like, I don't know why I have like 3 copies of this. Do you want one of them? And I was like, sure. It's by Alex Astor. No idea what it's about. We've got Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is, I think, a sapphic story as well, and this, I was able to find a signed copy at my local half-price books, and this is about an astronaut, as far as I know. I've been told to kind of go into it blind, so I don't even want to, like, read the blurb, if I'm being honest with you, but I will show you. Here she is. She's beautiful, and here's the signature, which I think is super fun. And then also gifted to me by Christy, this is the March 2025 Fairy Loot, Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. I just thought it was really pretty, and I was like, I'll get the audio and I'll give it a try, and that'll be that. But I just, like, couldn't handle how stunning it was. So this does exist on my TBR now. some other just random bits and bobs. We do have Savor It and Left of Forever, which is the Spoons Oregon duology. I have read Savor It already. This is for a video that's probably already out or coming out soon where Goodreads picked my reads, and I did give it 4 stars. This is about Sage and Fisher, Sage lives in like a small town, and there's like this competition that happens at the end of the summer in Spoons, and she really wants to win it to beat her ex. And then Fisher, he and his niece, who he has like custody of, moved to town. He just recently lost his sister and his job, and he's trying to help get his job back by starting up this restaurant. So it's really cute. And then this is the second book, and this one's Left of Forever. And I love the cover of this one even more than the first one. Like, they're just like making out in the woods. This is about Ren and Ellis Bird, which is Sage's parents, maybe? They fell in love as kids and had their son Sam when they were only teenagers, but built a life together in the coastal Spoons, Oregon. They were made for one another, and then they fell apart. Now divorced, in their 30s, Ren runs the bakery in town where Ellis works as a firefighter, and they live separate lives, even though they hardly are off each other's mind. When Ellis and Ren move Sam into college, Ellis convinces Ren to take an extended road trip back to Spoons to see if they can give their relationship one last chance. Oh my god, I love it already. I'm obsessed. A book that I'm thrilled for. If you don't know, me, my husband, and a bunch of my best friends are very big into RPGs. And so when I saw this book coming out, Roll for Romance by Lenora Woods, I nearly passed out. This is one of the books I am absolutely most excited about. I am going to suggest it for my book club for September because it's my birthday month. So here's to hoping. But 2 fledgling tabletop gamers find themselves falling for each other both in and out of their weekly D&D sessions and this charming fantasy-tinged romance. I literally can't freaking wait. Ugh. This next book was also gifted to me by my sweet angel, Christy. One thing we really bonded over was this author, Freya Sampson, in the book The Last Chance Library, and this is her newest book that just came out called The Busybody Book Club. They can't even agree on what to read, so how are they going to solve a murder? I think this one is a cozy mystery. 2 of her books are cozy mysteries, and 2 of them are like fiction. I'm not sure about this because I don't love cozy mystery, but I could give it 1 star, and it's going to stay on my shelf for the fact of the matter. This next book, I actually said I was never going to read this, honestly. But I found it on clearance for $3 at Half Price Books. So I was like, okay, I have to. And I've read the second book in this series. This is book 2, or book 1. I started with book 2 because book 2 is a Christmas book. When you guys, you get your guesses in before I get the sticker off. Book 2 is a Christmas book, and I was like, well, I want to read it, so I guess I'm just gonna, not read the first one. But then, $3, and that's Mr. Fixer-Upper by Lucy Score. I quite like Lucy Score. I've read the whole Knockabout series. I have read The Christmas Fix. I have this and then Story of My Life on my TBR, but I'm quite excited to read this one out. This is, I believe, about the brother of the main character in The Christmas Fix. I think this is about her brother. She and him kind of run a renovation TV show together, and then he falls in love. So I'm excited about that. This was gifted to me by Andrea because she found a different version that she liked better. I have no idea what this is. She's like, oh, you're going to get the other one. This is called Gallant by B.E. Schwab. Everything casts a shadow, even the world we live in. This looks crazy. There's a sticker on the inside, which I'm not obsessed with. Oh, it came off super easy. No big deal. The end pages look crazy. Huh. What is this even about? I don't know really where that stopped me, but all her life, Olivia Pryor has wondered who she truly is and where she belongs. Her only clue is a slim, battered journal, her mother's journal, full of entries that seem to show that she was unraveling, and drawings that look like blots of ink until Olivia notices a hand, a door, a bloom, and a skull. The letter beckons Olivia home to Gallant, the one place her mother's journal warns her never to go. And there is pictures, so that sounds actually kind of good. I've been trying new genres, so we live, laugh, love. Next is another book that I think get gifted off of somebody in Facebook. or maybe here, I don't know, my, what's it called? My wish list is always linked, but there was no, like in my videos, my wish list is linked. And then whenever I do anything on Facebook where you like, it's like a Fairy Friday, I link my wish list, but this did not come with a note in it. And it's Under Lock by Mariana Zapata. I love Mariana Zapata. I've read 3 books by her. All Roads Lead Here, From Luke Off with Love, and The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, and I've given all of them 5 stars. She is my slow burn queen, and this is about a tattoo artist, which is arguably one of the hottest professions, IMO. There was a time in which I was like seeing a guy mainly because he was a tattoo artist. And not my ex who's a tattoo artist, but like a different guy. It's a thing. Anywho, after moving to Austin, it takes place here. Following 6 months of unemployment back home, Iris Taylor knows she should be glad to have landed a job so quickly, even if the business is owned by a member of the same motorcycle club her estranged father used to belong to. Except Dex Locke might just be the biggest jerk she's ever met. He's rude, impatient, and doesn't know how to tell time, and last thing they ever expected was each other. But it's either the strip club or the tattoo shop. She should have chosen the strip club. So, we will see. I did get this book, which is the 2nd book in this series. And this is called The 7-Year Itch, and it does have the super fun edges, and it is also signed. I'm loving that Barnes & Noble has been doing these like signed paperbacks. It's super fun. Fun little surprise. And again, I've really been in my romance era because I've been very depressed this summer, and the thing is my friend who passed away, we buddy read a lot of thrillers and mysteries, like that's the genre that we bonded over. And so even looking at that bookshelf, like I would kind of want nothing to do with it currently. So here we are. Even though I bought the first book in this series because she wanted to buddy read it, but it's whatever. This is called The 7-Year Itch. Alone and looking to bone, loudmouth mountain men seeks fiery woman to grow old with. I might look like a tall, tattooed, bearded, and a thandral, but like an onion, I have layers. Swipe right for if you like a proud cat daddy who catches feelings after direct eye contact. Honestly, that's the cringiest thing I've ever read in my whole life. But we will read it, and I will probably like it. Then I also found this on clearance for, this is a coupon. I'm not gonna be back there within that point in time. But this I also got for $3 to add to my Jenny Bayliss collection. Jenny Bayliss is, from what I know, correct me if I'm wrong, I could so easily look this up. I may have my answer in the front cover. Okay, I don't in the front cover, but I could definitely look it up. But I think she mainly only writes Christmas books, but I'm obsessed with her and her Christmas books. I don't know that I have, I think this might be the only one I have that I have not read. But she's just good shit, you know what I mean? My favorite is, I really loved A December to Remember. It's about sisters. I loved A Season of Second Chances. Where's my phone? We're gonna learn together if she does other things. Because, like, if she wrote other books, I would not be opposed to reading them. Jenny Bayliss. Oh, no, I have this one, too. The 12 Dates of Christmas. Her books don't have great ratings, but they're great to me. You know what I mean? Yes. There's a new one coming out this year, I'll Be Home for Christmas. So I have not read the 12 Dates of Christmas, which came out in 2020, but I've read Meet Me Under the Mistletoe, A Season for Second Chances, and A December to Remember. So I'll have 3 to read this year. And they're very, like, in your feelings kind of stories. So this one says, it's time for Harriet Smith to enjoy the show. Christmas can officially get stuffed because Harriet Smith is not feeling bright and merry this year. She hasn't for a while. So when her daughter opts for New York Winter Wonderland instead of spending Christmas at home, Harriet finds herself seeking solace, starting with a wine-soaked one-night stand. But after she takes the fall for some students who break into the old winter theater, Harriet's holiday plans are swiftly decided for her. To get the students off the hook, the theater's elderly owner requests that Harriet direct the nearly defunct stage's final Christmas performance. Of course, Harriet will do anything to help the kids. Even work with the owner's lawyer, who, as it turns out, is her less than impressed one-night stand. So, I'm sure I'll love it. Then I picked up this book, The You I'll Never Know by Ellen Hopkins. actually think I'm gonna go on Amazon and bite the bullet and purchase the other Ellen Hopkins books. There's a couple of her adult books that I've talked about this many a times, if I'm being honest with you. I think the only books I currently don't have from her, I'm gonna just double check, is Triangles, A Sin Such as This, and Love Lies Beneath. Because basically I had her whole collection, and then I had a friend borrow them, and we've had like many falling outs, me and this friend, but TLDR, she got her car repoed with all of my books in it. So this is one of the books that I needed to replace. I do plan on doing a video that is me rereading all of Ellen Hopkins' books, because she is my favorite author for a very long time. Her books, most of them, all of the YA ones, are written in like poem. And yeah, and all of the audiobooks are like available right now on Libby, and they're all very short. So I do plan on doing that. So I did pick that up as well. Then I found this, and I nearly passed away. If you guys don't know, Hidden Pictures. I think my like favorite thriller books of all time, thriller / horror, is Hidden Pictures, The Only One Left, and My Best Friend's Exorcism. Those are like some top books for me. And I saw this for only like $7, and it's the UK cover of Hidden Pictures, and I nearly passed away. I would die for like the fancy Hidden Pictures that's coming out, but it's like $80. And I just can't rationalize it. I couldn't rationalize it with, well, it was for sale, and I don't even think it's for sale anymore. But when I saw this, I was like, I have to have it. So this is just like a fun little keepsake. I purchased this for my bookshelf, or my TBR Monopoly, and then I forgot to put it on my TBR when it came in. But this is The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa, which I'm very intrigued with this. I do love a dystopian book, so if you have any good dystopians, let me know. My favorite dystopian book of all time is The Measure by Nikki Erlich. But also, I think this book is quite old, if I'm being honest with you. Oh no, oh yeah, not like quite old. It's older than me. It's from 1994, the original Japanese publication. But basically, this is, on an unnamed island, objects are disappearing. First hats, then ribbons, birds, roses. Most of the inhabitants are oblivious to these changes. Well, those few able to recall the lost objects live in fear of the draconian memory police, who are committed to ensuring that what has disappeared remains forgotten. When a young writer discovers that her editor is in danger, she concocts a plan to hide him beneath her floorboards, and together they cling to her writing as the last way of preserving the past. Powerful and provocative. The Memory Police is a stunning novel about trauma, the trauma of loss. So it sounds amazing. This book I picked up today. It's been on my like Amazon wish list because Kayla from Books and Lala read this, and she gave it a 4. And though me and Kayla don't have like the same book taste, we tend to agree quite heavily on romance books. I just read a video where she found 2 5-star romances in it, and one of them is The Love of My Afterlife, which is one of my favorite romances I read last year, and the other one was Not Another Love Song, which I gave 4 stars. So, and this cover is so cute. This is called Not in My Book by Katie Holt. It's a debut novel, blurbed by Christina Lauren, and Hannah Grace, and Chloe Gong. So I'm just going to read you the little blurb up here. It says, Rosie writes romantic novels and listens to Taylor Swift on loop. Aiden is a literary fiction writer who doesn't believe in happy endings. They're about to write a book together. What could go wrong? The Hating Game meets Beach Read in the sexy, hilarious, enemies to lovers romance from a debut Peruvian Tennessean voice. Live, laugh, love. I did pick up Releasing 10. I have such feelings about the Boys of Tommen series. I don't think it's great. I've read the first 4 books and I've given them all 4 stars. I think that I like Joey and Aoife's books better than Shannon and Johnny, because I like Joey and Aoife better. But I was more engaged in Johnny and Shannon's story because it was the first time hearing the storyline. So if you don't know, basically the first 2 books are about Johnny and Shannon, and it is their story. And then books 3 and 4 are Joey and Aoife. Joey is Shannon's brother and Aoife is his girlfriend. And it's their story from like a little bit before book 1 through book 2. And then the 5th book is about... The 5th book's so short compared to the rest. Gibbsy and Claire, I'm assuming during that same time period, and this is about Lizzie and Huey. So we did pick it up. This book has a lot of negative connotation with it, so we're just going to move on, but I did buy it. And then another book I picked up from Half Price Books. Honestly, this title, feels like it came straight from my shower thoughts, you know, straight from my brain. And it is by Emily Austen. Everyone in this room will someday be dead. I really want If We Could Be Rats, which is like her newest book, but I have not been able to find it, like not hardcover. So anytime I find it, it's pretty expensive. But a brisk, hilarious, poignant novel about the fragility and magic of being alive. Gilda can't stop thinking about death. Desperate for a relief from her anxious mind, she responds to a flyer for free therapy at the local Catholic church, but Father Jeff assumes she's there for a job interview. Caught off guard and too embarrassed to correct him, Gilda is abruptly hired to replace the recently deceased receptionist, Grace. It's not the most obvious job. She's a lesbian and an atheist for starters, and so in between trying to learn mass and conducting an amateur investigation into Grace's death, Gilda must avoid revealing the truth for her own mortifying existence. I really enjoyed Interesting Facts About Space by Emily Austen, so there's that. Another book that I'm mainly just got because of the author is going to be Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. I did read Promise Me Sunshine by this author earlier this year, and it's one of my favorite books I've read this year. And I never picked this one up because it is the like accidental pregnancy trope, and I, as somebody who is child-free by choice, don't really love that. But this is about Eve, and she lives for surprises. Just kidding. She expects every tomorrow to be pretty much the same as today. She loves her cozy apartment in Brooklyn, close to her childhood best friend Willa, and far from her traditional Midwest family, who have never really understood her. While her job is only dream adjacent, it's comfortable and steady. She knows what to expect from life until she finds herself literally expecting after an uncharacteristic one-night stand. Now Eve's loyal friendship with Willa is feeling tense, and it's actually Willa's steadfast older brother Shep who steps in to help. He's always been friendly, but now he's ordering her surprise lunches, listening to her complaints, and is suddenly hot. Then there's the baby's father, who is technically supportive but majorly conflicted. Maybe it's her surging hormones, maybe it's the way Shep's shoulders look in a t-shirt, but Eve starts to wonder if she's been secretly desiring more from every aspect of her life. So we'll see. I just absolutely loved her writing, so I had to have it. Another Christmas book that I got on clearance for $4. Listen, don't sleep the clearance section at half-price books. I swear I will go months and find nothing, and then I'll find like multiple bangers, and it's just fantastic. Fantastic vibes. This book, I feel like everybody was like picking up last year, and I was like, man, I don't want to pay full price for this like super short Christmas book. But the cover is very cute. It's The December Market by Rayanne Thane. A magic of Christmas and a second shot at romance is in the air at Shelter Springs this holiday season. So it's literally less than 300 pages, little Christmas romance. Then I picked this up during Prime Day because it was on sale, and I loved these sprayed edges. I'm also a Yeehaw romance lover, and so this is Cash by Jessica Peterson. I think the second book's called Wyatt, and it's coming out soon. Molly Luck has run out of luck. When her estranged father unexpectedly dies, he leaves his massive cow ranch to her, but not without a catch. To collect her inheritance, city girl Molly has to move back to small-town Texas ranch she left as a child when her parents split up, and manage it for a year. Needing the money to invest in her company, Molly resigns herself to moving to cowboy country. A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. But there's one giant roadblock to her plan. The ranch's grumpy foreman, Cash Rivers, never mind how good he looks in Wranglers and chaps. He's rude, growly, and wants Molly gone. So, should be cute, should be great. I'll probably love it. I did pick up a photo finish by Elsie Silvers. I do have book 1 in this. I'm going to have to do some rearranging of my shelves whenever I'm done here to move all of my like books that I only have the first one in the series. So if I have only the first book in a series, it just goes on my rainbow bookshelves or the black and white bookshelves, wherever it belongs. But then if I get the rest of the series, it moves to the series shelves. So I'm going to be having to do some moving around. But this is book 2, I believe, in this series. A photo finish. Yeah. I have Off to the Races, and this is a photo finish. I love these covers. These are like my favorites of her books, but this is another cowboy romance because that's just where we're at. Speaking of cowboy romances, let's just continue with Elsie Silver. I have read Flawless, which I did give 3 stars. And then I was at Half Price Books and they had Hopeless, Heartless, and Powerless. And then Reckless was on sale for like $6 on Amazon. So now we have this entire series. What's this one called? That's Gold Rush Ranch. Is this Chestnut Springs? Is that what this nonsense is called? Yeah. Yeah, this is the Chestnut Springs series. But yeah, I was able to get all of these for like $8 each because I had a coupon. So I think that's kind of a bargain. And this is just like, this is the level of book that my brain has the capacity for at the current time of my life. You know, so in the words of the Rugrats, a baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. I can't believe it's already, by the time you guys are seeing this, September, but like the fact that September is close enough that I'm filming a video that's going to be posted in September is crazy. It's like about to be Christmas. In real time, the day I'm filming this, I just released Halloween stickers in my small business's shop, and that's just also crazy to me. Okay. The stickers did not come off great off of these, if I'm being so for real with you. But kind of weird that all of these are blurred by Tessa Bailey, but this one's blurred by Allie Hazelwood. Anyhow, I did pick up another duology. This is Destructively Mine and Dishonestly Yours. Actually, I think it goes the other way around. By Krista and Becca Ritchie. Oh, that was evil. The sticker's over the Barnes & Noble sticker. So now I have to peel off 2 stickers. Evil, evil, evil. Basically, the reason I bought this duology is because my bestie girl Andrea sent me, oh my god, why did I just do that? Well, that was on me. I just scratched the cover really bad, gouged it. It was probably more likely, of the main characters, and they literally looked like us. So I know nothing about this, but we have, this one is I think book 1, Dishonestly Yours, and then Destructively Mine. Who knows? Who knows? And then finally, we have got all of these books. This is like 2 series that are kind of interconnected. I don't really know. I think that there's only like 1 or 2. I might just be placing an Amazon order today to like finish up some of these series, you know what I mean? Because I do fear that I'm not missing many from this series now. I got almost all of them used. So I think it might be time to just grab the 2 that I'm missing. I'm missing Once Smitten and Twice Shy and Better Hate Than Never. Well, the Once Smitten, Twice Shy one's still like $15 on Amazon, so I actually probably won't. But these are all of the Chloe Lease books. There's like 2 sisters. There's the Bergman brothers and then the Bergman sisters. I'm able to find most of them at Half Price Books, which I think is amazing. Again, I'm going to look up the order and see like what I'm missing. And so I'm just going to grab them off the stack and tell you the name and a little something. This one's called, this is part of the Brothers, and it says Only and Forever. I love that the FMC has like blue hair and it looks like she may be diabetic. Viggo Bergman, horrible name. It's a romance for the books in this tender, steamy story about unexpectedly finding love and being brave enough to let it revise life's narrative. This is the final book in the series, so we're just gonna go with the little blurb, you know what I mean? This is a male-male romance, which I've not read many of. I read Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, hated it, and I read Heartstopper. Otherwise, no male. But this is Everything for You. This is the brothers again, and it looks like they're soccer players. Enemies become lovers in this sizzling sports romance about taking a chance on love when life's taught you it's a losing game. This is the sisters, and it's called If Only You. These titles are very similar, but we've got a cool tattooed man, a longtime good girl, and an unapologetic bad boy score the love of their life when they least expect it in this swoony, slow burn sports romance. Honestly, sold. This one's the brothers again. This one's called Only When It's Us. And it looks like he has some sort of like hearing impairment because he does have a hearing aid in, which I just love that. Like, disability representation is pretty fantastic. Meet the Bergens in this enemies to lovers new adult romance that tackles vulnerability of love, humor, and heart. Maybe this is the first one? Well, no, because it says 2 wrongs make a right. This might be the first one. This one I think is the first one, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. 2 wrongs make a right. The female main character in this, she is a tatty baddie, and we love to see it, simply. And I love how brightly colored this cover is. It's like neon fluorescent orange. OMG, these stickers did not come off this one nicely at all. It's like every once in a while you'll get one where the sticker's crazy. Here it is. Oh, my battery's gonna die. Opposites become allies to fool their matchmaking friends in this swoony reimagining of Shakespeare's beloved comedy, Much Ado About Nothing. Interesting. I'm just gonna go change your battery. Okay. Next, this one I accidentally bent really bad in the car today. That's on me. This one's called Ever After Always, and this is one of the sister stories. She's got a septum ring. Just like, they're just cool people, you know? They're like really fabulous. This one says, a marriage in crisis rekindles its passion in the second chance romance about going the distance to make love last. This one, the girl has a cane. So again, we love representation. Always, always. So, oops, I just bent the shit out of this one. This is called Always Only You. It's an office romance on the ice rink and this heart-melting story about love's power, not in spite of difference, but because of it. And then finally, this is one of the brothers' books. I'm sure it'll all make sense whenever I get started on this series. I'm actually doing really good about being caught up and catching up on series, so honestly, I love that for me. Doing great in that aspect. But here we go. We have got With You Forever. They're super cutie. And this one says, opposites attract in this heartfelt and modern marriage of convenience romance about finding love and home in the most unlikely of places. That's everything. That's the 50 books-ish that I had to share with you guys today. Let me know if you've read any of these. I'm gonna go be miserable putting them away. I hate putting them away. I'm just lazy, but that's the setup, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!